It's the pre-turn for Combat Mission Black Sea on the NATO side for the next turn. I'm just putting in the orders for the turn now. A little bit late, I'm sorry about that, but I want to show you where your artillery is getting called in. It's getting called in along this line because this is the area that the drone is currently observing, which is more or less pretty much right where you want it. I think that should be okay. But more importantly, fucking 1 minute call-in time. So we should see this in this video, so that's exciting. Just keeping you in the loop there. Alright, I'm just going to do some miscellaneous stuff too while I'm in the command phase before I get into the meat of the turn. DT Kozel was wondering who the hell this guy is. This is the A Company fire support team. They got bogged on their striker forever ago. They're incidentally the ones calling in that artillery strike, so they're not with these guys. This is in fact a broken down BTR. I'm having shit coming to pick it up. This is 3rd Company HQ in a BTR. They're going to pick up these guys. There's some A Company 2nd Platoon guys. And then the convoy is just going to pick up stragglers as they go. No, these guys are coming down. So these guys are going to pick up these guys. The convoy is going to pick up these American stragglers. And yeah, that pretty much is where you're at. Other thing DT Kozel said, trying to get to that now while I still remember it, is line of sight on these tanks from these ATGMs. Yeah, this forest is pretty much cutting most of it off. And this one here, this is the one that popped smoke and ran away forever ago. It's been stuck in these trees ever since. It hasn't moved at all. It's kind of facing in a weird direction. But it's between trees. It's like in a little alcove. It's kind of impressive that this machine gun team can even see it because it's pretty well concealed. This guy, however, he's in a slightly more visible position. And I have put the AT4C team, Spigot, not faggot, incidentally. Even says so down here, which I learned, otherwise I never would have known it. So he can't see it from here, but moving up into this position here, you should be able to see that tank. So we might get that going on this turn too. It says reverse slope, but the turret is like just peeking up, so odds are pretty good you'll get a spot on that and see it with this ATGM team. So those are some miscellaneous things going into this turn. All the mortars have entered, that's Apaches, all the mortars have entered spotting for this, so all 3 of the Ukrainian mortars are shooting on there. And in terms of the Apaches, this one has shot off all 4 of its Hellfires, and it's shot off 8 of its rockets, and it hasn't even gotten into the cannon yet, so that's where that is. And let me go check A Company HQ. This other Apache is coming in now, so this Apache it should arrive this turn. So without taking up too much more video time, that's some stuff that I won't talk about at the end, I'm talking about it at the beginning. So that's where things stand at the beginning of the turn, and I'm going to go to the action right now. Oh man, this is getting good. This turn, you give the Russians the good fucking news about fire support. You have 3 Ukrainian mortars going in. Your American mortars are down here. They start firing right away. Like, oh goddamn, this is getting fucking good shit. You're just calling down fire on this area from everywhere. 1st Company is definitely getting a decent amount of support. They're getting about all the support they can hope for right now. So the fire support voiceovers keeps going the whole turn. You have 2 Apaches coming in now. Look at that. Oh, fucking look at that shit. I'm pretty sure those are rockets. Those are Apache rockets just going clean down the road. You're taking some casualties here, but you see some more fires pop up, so you killed some more Russian shit here. The American mortars are so in sync, you can see them coming up and over here. They start shooting right the fuck away. Oh man. Oh, lots of good shit happening. Yeah, so you have fucking everything coming down on this position, so it's getting really hot in this forest. Let's go take a look. This is probably going to end up being a long video, but I'm just going to do the whole turn again from a kind of more zoomed in point of view, because this is where pretty much everything happens for this first minute. So 1st Company starts to pull back to positions kind of on a line in these woods. The Russians are right fucking on top of them though, so it gets tough. I don't think Brakeless got orders this turn to move. I didn't move them anyways. I looked through every post in the thread after the last turn. So these guys are still in position. Just look at this line of Russian contacts. You see some guys down here. Rockets come down on the road. You kill something, fire pops up here. You take a lot of casualties here. You have Russians coming in right on top of Ross's platoon here. Lots of vehicle contacts, lots of shooting coming into these woods. This tank down here starts shooting at the last position where Willie's guys died. So that's a lot of explosives and machine guns going into that position. These BTRs are all start moving up. I think these are on some orders from last turn. These guys start dying, and yeah, some mortars landed in here. Lots of shit's happening. I'll go zoom in on some of that more. So I'll start with Breakless's last stand. These guys down here, the last remnants of the recon platoon. They shoot at the Russians they can't see. It's mostly this guy crawling away. But they start taking fire from all directions out here. Yeah, they get fucked up a lot. They get fucked up so hard that the commander dies. There's just 2 scouts left. And they continue getting shot at from the remainder of the turn. Lots of BTRs moving up here. And by the end, this guy gets cut down trying to run across. It's just 2 guys left. So that's pretty bad for them. Over here, while Ross is running back to the line positions, you see there's Russians right on top of them. You get into a firefight, point-blank range in the woods, fucking forest fight. Lots of shooting. Super close range. Hand grenade gets thrown. The hand grenade gets somebody. You get at least 1 guy back. You can see you're causing some casualties in here. BTRs come screeching off the highway to come presumably support this infantry. So yeah, lots of stuff happening. Everybody else, though, along this line pulls back in pretty good order, as in you don't take any casualties. So the rest of Willie's stuff pulls back without any trouble. The rest of Ross's stuff pulls back without any trouble. So you take a casualty here. These guys are stuck in. These guys are probably fucked. Whatever was here is probably also fucked. I think this is about where the guys shooting at you were. So this tank is shooting there, BTRs are there. Yeah, pretty good situation. So what's kind of neat is that you can actually see where air support is coming from. In this case, your Apache is lingering in the west, and oh, there it is. Oh, all these rockets. You hit something very clearly right here. So you shoot a whole salvo of rockets down here, and you kill at least 1 thing. And also, as an aside, these guys don't waste any fucking time. They go into shooting, like, right away. And they shoot very fast, too. So these mortars are going straight. It's like a point-blank fire mission. It's going right over there. But that's also a thing that's happening. Oh boy, you guys, it's getting good. It's getting real fucking good up in this game. This forest continues to be shelled to shit from every angle. And you get a little scared. You get a little scared. Your Abrams down here actually takes a disposable RPG at short range from the rear. But Abrams are scary, so it just pisses off the Abrams, who quickly deletes that man from existence. Fire for effect calls are going out everywhere, so just shells are pouring in from literally left and right onto this forest. DT Kozol's grenade launcher teams get fucked up by infantry that they didn't see when they got their orders, so those weren't taken into consideration, because he didn't know. So these guys, suddenly there's a lot of fucking infantry right here that was not there like 10 seconds ago. These guys get fucked up. Luckily you have all this shit, which is now mostly in supporting range of this infantry, so these guys start to shoot back. And yeah, no, this forest is where the action is right now, so let's go zoom in. So the oldest man, probably a little bit of a heart attack here. Disposable RPG from the forest, from behind. It doesn't do a goddamn thing. Like, all your subsystems are pretty much perfect. There's like some light ones there. And it was this guy. It might have been one of the scouts from the unit you cleaned up here earlier. He has a radio backpack. But yeah, no, it just pisses off the Abrams. Doesn't do anything. Let me see. Yeah, you can see right here. Just bounced off. Looks like you have some damage to some subsystems here. I'm not sure if that's just like operational fatigue or from the RPG hit. Actually, it's really easy to check. No, it slightly discolors some things, makes them orange, but not a huge deal. And yeah, so you kill that guy real fast. So he probably should have shot at the off-block instead. Yeah, so again, I was going to do the full minute from this perspective because this is where everything happens. Gigantic swarm of BTRs down here. Fight continues up here. Indirect fire getting called in on the forest. Last of the scouts die. I think one's left at the end of the turn. These 4 squads remain pretty much untouched by the enemy. This one gets pretty badly beaten up though. This grenade launcher you see at the start of the turn, there's nothing here. He's moving up to deploy so he can get shots on in here. Before he can do that though, infantry pops up and ruins his day. Shells land all around these BTRs here. You have a tank moving up, looks like. You have a tank contact that's definitely moving this way. Infantry right on top of this grenade launcher team fucks it up. One of Willie's teams gets an RPG into one of the BTRs, but there's like 10 more BTRs, so it doesn't really do much of a dent into the 14mm fire coming at you. These guys wander into the fire range of all these BTRs, your own BTRs, and they kill a bunch of guys who wander out onto the road because of AI pathing. And at the end of the turn, another RPG shot goes out but misses. Like, oh my god, you could non-stop action that turn. So maybe let's go see some more stuff in detail. So up here, Ross's squad in the north is getting surrounded and fucked up by infantry. Right off the bat, you have somebody shoot these 2 guys in the back at close range with an assault rifle. They both die. You get a hand grenade back off in that direction. One of the guys runs off, the other 2 are too pinned to do anything. One dies, so this squad is down to 2 men. These guys are all pretty much fine. This squad is the one that shot off an RPG, I believe. Let me see, was that... I think that was indirect fire. Lots of stuff is happening. No, that was an RPG that missed and landed directly underneath it, so you missed one RPG shot. This team gets off an RPG shot over here. They start taking a lot of fire in return. Now, they're not quite all the way pinned, but you see it's creeping up there. It looks like they miss another RPG shot, so you're shooting out RPGs as fast as you can load them at all these BTRs, which are crowding in on your positions. This forest fight is fucking insane. Very close range. Down here, like I said, start of the turn, you got nothing. You got contacts in here, but nothing else to make any informed decisions on. As the turn goes on, however... Yeah, this grenade launcher team walks right into 2 enemy squads. So it gets shot at by guys crossing this little plain here. Now they start running away. And suddenly you have like 5 infantry contacts in here. So they get shot at a lot. These guys wander out onto the road for reasons unknown. Probably not because I ordered them to. Probably because they decided to do it on their own. And a BTR promptly cuts them down. This grenade launcher team ends the turn still alive, but it's just 1 guy. And he doesn't even have a gun, looks like? No, he has a gun. He's just not using it. So the other grenade launcher team is here, this grenade launcher team is here, and you have a lot more infantry up in this area. I think that pretty much does it for the action you can see this turn. It was all very focused right up in here. You've been killing some stuff in their backfield with the helicopter. I'm not sure if you see any more helicopter fire this turn. You definitely hear a bunch of helicopter stuff. I'm not sure if you see anything. Over here, deployments are spreading out. Not a single enemy contact in 2 minutes. But evidently you know they're there, you just don't have the contacts. I think pretty much all your fire missions are going into fire for effect. So you have lots of fire coming down on here. Lots of BTRs. Very target-rich environment. You picked a good place. You have the 5-minute Ukrainian mortars from these guys coming in now. And you have the American mortars coming in at the same time. Plus the Apache. So you have a whole bunch of fire support coming in all at once. And let's just take a look at where everybody is. So, first company, what's left of it, is up in here. This is where everybody is. This is Willie's squads. They're kind of spread out on here. Ross is spread out here. Again, this squad almost dead. Breakless, rip, 1 guy left, and he's completely surrounded by angry Russians. These BTRs are kind of in a position to look at these infantry. This is where this tank is. Some recoilless rifles arrive. Some stuff DT Kozel ordered over here a while ago. You have 2 grenade launchers and 2 recoilless rifles arriving in this area. Plus all this stuff which he diverted, which it's kind of funny. So he ordered these 2 units to come down here, and he's the Ukrainian battalion commander, and these are Ukrainian assets, so of course I did it. They're carrying some American stuff, though, that they picked up along the road, so there's a few scattered American units in here. Not the end of the world. They're from the 2nd platoon, which PT Thighs is ordering around in addition to his own. So you have lots of stuff moving in here. The Abrams, the other Abrams, is arriving up in here. And yeah, Oh man, so much to talk about. This video is going to be like 15 minutes long. It's going to take forever to upload. Convoy continuing to move up. This third company, HQ BTR, is stopping here to pick up stranded Americans. There's some more stranded Americans up here who are also going to get picked up, probably by the convoy though, because this only has 2 seats. Convoy continues to move up. The convoy HQ, they're getting into a tiny little bit of a traffic jam because this thing is way faster than all the Urals. It should be fine. You had a BTR move out from town over to this one, which is stuck and has an ATGM in it. DT Coastal's HQ units are here. They didn't move out yet. I kind of just moved them up to rendezvous them. So both the HQ good BTRs are in the same place and ready to move next time. You're worried about getting shot crossing this field. You don't want me to get them killed or anything. Should be pretty safe. If they move across this field, again, that tank is behind like 5 sets of trees and not even facing this direction. It's facing sideways. So anything that would shoot these would be a snapshot at best. Your ATGM team up here is setting up and deploying, and they're in a spotting phase, and they definitely have direct line of sight to where this tank is. It'll probably take a few minutes to actually spot them, if they spot them at all. I'm not sure. Up in here, interestingly, you have this machine gun team, which is kind of looking out this way. They can't actually see down the road because of this little patch of trees, but there's infantry contacts inside their fire arc, so that's a thing. Oh man, so much stuff to talk about. A company is in this area. So they've now completely overtaken this Russian section. They've secured this vehicle, all these Russian casualties, so that's very interesting. You took a Russian recon prisoner. I'm sure he knows some interesting things. Squads are getting ahead of their strikers now. You have a nice little base of support here while all your stuff moves up. This is the 3rd platoon. This is all 2nd platoon stuff. They split off scout teams. And this is 1st platoon. This machine gun is still a bit ahead of the rest of the squad, but everything is still moving up. Again, the Abrams took an RPG hit, still completely fine. Almost definitely these guys he shot at early. If you remember, he took down a squad here like 10 minutes ago. So yeah, so Abrams and Opbot are in the same places. Down here, you have ATGMs in place in these locations. Grey Hunters guys are spread out here, haven't moved in a while. Verdun Squire's old stuff is moving up into these positions. And the Merry Marauder is spreading out along this front. His scouts are moving up here. This is his 1st squad. All the rest of his squads. Support assets have arrived, so there's a bunch of machine guns and ATGM here. The other T-64 is here as well. So just as a reminder / heads up for the NATO team, next turn you're getting all this shiny stuff. You're getting a brand new Abrams, something that's proved it's worth this battle. You're getting a full platoon of infantry and Bradleys, so American infantry definitely already showed its worth. Bradley's something you haven't seen yet, but I mean autocannons and ATGMs, what more can you ask for? As well as 2 Stinger teams for some weird reason. So you got your Stingers here, you got all this Bradleys, and they are going to come in the 2nd half of the next turn. So that's at the 30-minute mark. So we're going to play the 1st turn of the next round, and then in the 2nd turn these guys will show up and they'll need orders. So get in orders for those. They'll come in under the purview of the American commander, being American elements, so keep that in mind. I'm sure you guys can hash out whatever you want done with them. And that'll really do it for this video. I'll see everybody next time. Oh, wait, nope, I won't see everybody next time until I tell you you also get the F-15 with 5 2,000-pound bombs. Let me see, on this fire support team, that's a 9-minute call-in. I'm sure it'd be much less on the crack JTAC team. Oh, hey, the other helicopter is gone. By the way, your helicopter's not in anymore. It left the map. So your JTAC team is now freed up, and your air support options are again open. And on the crack JTAC team, the F-15 is a 6-minute call-in. So that's another thing. I'll see everybody next time.